Hi, hello everyone. Let's start discussion on very important topic, which is the ETL process with the practical experience. So where we are going to discuss on the each stage of ETL process, what will happen in the each stage and how that will help you in your practical course. So guys, ETL is the most important process in every organization, and in the ETL process we are extracting the data from the source data system and apply some logic on that or transact it data in some meaningful or the data where we are load these data in the load stage or the destination system for the data. If we consider before we are moving to the example and move further discussion, I would like to request you, if you are new to my channel and if you seriously want to learn new things and if you want seriously transact your career in the IT domain or if you want to grow in the IT domain, so please do like and subscribe my channel, so that motivate me to create and more such videos guys. So let's start discussion on ETL. Basically we are collecting data from source system and loading this data to the destination system. That process we called as a ETL. So let's first discussion on the introduction of ETL, why ETL and why it matters and why the ETL process is the important. So first start discussion first. Let's what stand for the ETL. ETL is stand for the extraction, transformation and load of the data from two different systems, which is the foundational process in the data engineering and analytics. It is the most important process for the data engineering. It involves extraction data from various sources, transforming it into suitable format or the meaningful format and load into the large systems such as a data warehouse or the data lake, or we can do the reverse process where we are extract the data from data warehouse and data lake, and that will destinate into the different system where we do analysis and where we do some techniques on that database. So ETL is a critical because organization really on accurate, clean and structured data for decision making and reporting and advanced analytical while they are doing some decisions on that data. Without ETL, raw data from dispersed sources will remain inconsistent and unstable, and there is a huge data which is not usable. So the process ensure that integrity, improve the accessibility and support business intelligence initiative. So ETL also play a vital role in the integrating with data from multiple systems, enable a unified view of organization information. This makes ETL indispensable for enterprise that deal with large volume of data and require timely insights for a strategic planning. So that's why ETL is matter much more. So let's move on the next slide, which is and the most important slide, guys, which is the components of ETL. So there are three key components of ETL. Which one is extract, second one is a transform, and the last one is a load. So let's me explain you all these things in detail. What is a data extraction, what is a data transformation, and what is a data loading. So it's the process of data. Okay, ETL process consists of three main components. First one is extract, transform and load, where extraction involve pulling data from various sources such as the rational database, API, flat file and the cloud storage where we are sourcing these data. The step must be handled different format and ensure data is captured accurately. Information is the most complex stage where the data is clean, standardized and enriched. It involves operation like removing duplication, handling missing value, applying business logic and aggregating data from various analyses. Transformation may also involve converting data type and join multiple data set. Finally, the load phase move the transform data into target system, typically a data warehouse and data lake optimized for querying and reporting. These steps require a careful planning to maintain a performance and ensure data consistency. Together, these components from the backbone of modern data pipelines will help. So, data will extract, data will transform, and data will load to the destination format where we do the extraction of data from the source system. There are the different tables and different columns from, and that the data from that tables and that column we collect, apply some logic, or apply some logic on that data while we extract and transform that data with the business logic which we need, and then that data load into the destination file with their the tables and their the different columns. So let's move on the next slide, which is the work ETL workflow and the tools, which is the most important slide, guys, where we discuss on the ETL workflow stages, enterprise ETL tool, open source and lightweight tool, and the cloud-based ETL services. That thing we will discuss and how that thing will work in the ETL process. So, and ETL workflow typically start with the data extraction. Data extraction and data load is the most important stage in the ETL from multiple sources, followed by transformation using a script or ETL tool, and end with the data loading into a target system. This information can be visualized as a pipeline where the data flow through these stages. Common tool for ETL include the Talent, Informatica, Apache, Airflow for the ETL transformation, and Microsoft SSIS. It is and the most important tool, SSIS for enterprise solution. For the open source and lightweight implementation, Python libraries like Pandas, SQL, Alchemy are widely used in the ETL process. Cloud-based ETL service such as AWS Glue and the Azure Data Factory offer a scalable and integrated with the cloud storage. These tools provide a scheduling, monitoring, and error handling capability, making ETL process more reliable and efficient. Choosing the right tool depend on the factor like data volume, complexity, budget, and the integration requirement. So that's the ETL process we will use. So let's move on the practical example of the ETL process, how the practically it will work, and that will help you to gain more knowledge on the ETL process. So ETL using Python and the SQL, we do that with these two languages. So where we do the data extraction with SQL, transform with the Python library, and loading data with the PostgreSQL, and automation the integration. So these different languages we use in the ETL process. Typical ETL example involve extracting data from Oracle database, transform it using the Python, and loading it into PostgreSQL database. So ETL's process we use a different databases where extraction and load will happen. The extract step use a SQL query to fetch the data from Oracle, and then Python Pandas library used to clean and transform that data, which generate the insightful such as removing null values, normalizing column, and applying a business rules on that data. Finally, the transformed data is loaded into the PostgreSQL using the cyclements and the psychopods too. This approach demonstrates how the scripting language and rational database can work together in the ETL process or ETL pipelines. For the instance, as a Python script can automate the entire process, including the error handling and logging. ETL practical example highlighted the flexibility and power of custom ETL process, which is can be tolerated to specified business need, and integrating with scheduling tool like Apache, airflow, and the production environment. So that step by step will happen. So let's move on the next most important slide, that is a challenges and best practice for the ETL process that industry must be follow. So where we discuss on the common issue, how to address them, and what the technique we need to use. So handling the large database, ensuring the data quality and the performance monitoring and the security. So ETL process face the several challenges, including the handling the large data set, ensure the data quality and maintain a performance. Large volume of data can slow down the extraction transformation, requiring optimized technique like parallel processing and incremental loading. Data quality issues such as the missing value, duplicate, and inconsistent format must be addressed through the robust validation and cleaning step. Error handling and logging are essential to identify and resolve the data issue quickly. Best practice including the designing modular ETL pipeline, using the version control for a script, and implementing monitoring tool to track the performance and failure. Security is another critical aspect, ensuring the sensitive data is ensured during the transform and the storage. Regular audit and documentation helps to maintain the compliance and transparency. By following these best practice, organization can build a reliable and scalable ETL system that will work on the business logic or the business rules, and that will satisfy the business goal. So let's move on the next important slide, which is the conclusion of the ETL process. So we use the key takeaway and the future trend for the ETL process is the importance, best practice, and the tool for the ETL process and the future ETL trend. We will discuss on the practical way and the practical scenarios for the ETL process, and I'll do use some tools how the ETL will work, and what are the columns we consider in the extract load, and what the day where we will going to load these data in the ETL process. So the ETL process is the cornerstone of modern data management, enabling the organization to transform raw data into actionable insights. Key takeaway include understanding the importance of each ETL component, leveraging the appropriate tool, and implementing best practice for reliability and scalability. Future trend in ETL including the range of ETL, extract, load, and transform from cloud-based system, real-time data processing, and incremental automation through AI-driven tools. As ETL volume and complex grow, ETL process will continue to evolve, emphasizing flexibility, speed, and integration with advanced analytical platform. Organizations that invest in robust ETL strategy will be better positioned to harness with with full potential of data assets. So that's the importance of the ETL process. Guys, if you like this video and if you like the video content, so please do like and subscribe my channel, so that thing will motivate me to create and more such videos. And upcoming I'll create the practical work experience video on the ETL process, how to do the ETL in a practical, what will happen, and how you are going to do the testing on ETL process is run complete or incomplete. So that is the end of this video, guys. Once again, thank you so much for listening this very good video. Once again, thank you so much, guys, and please do like, subscribe, and comment on my channel, so that's motivate me to create and more such video, guys. Once again, thank you so much, guys, for attending this interesting seminar. So thank you so much, guys, once again.